Hello Leo, Elsie here to do your reading. It is for the week ahead. How are you, Leo, my fire family? I hope you're well. Thank you so much for clicking here. I appreciate it. We are going to do 3 hands this week. We haven't done that in a while, Leo. So we're going to look at career, finances, and love is what we're going to do this week. And Leo, thank you for stopping here. If you are somebody who's brand new, welcome here. And if you've come back, because you're always back, thanks for showing up here again. I appreciate you. Thumbs up is always welcome if you can afford to do that. I appreciate you helping grow this Leo tribe. Let's find out what's going on for you, Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Leo, if you're interested, at the end of this video, I'm going to tell you about the extended, and I'm going to tell you about all the sales that I have on for private reads. Tell me about Leo. We're going to talk about finances first. Tell me about Leo at finance. Leo, we have the Ace of Pentacles. That's a good place to start. We have the King of Cups. And we have the Hanged Man. I feel like you are going to have to make a decision, a financial decision in the week ahead. And I feel like you're not being given much information about it. It feels like the person who's trying to negotiate with you is somebody who possibly is not really showing you on the surface exactly what they want. I feel like you're really going to have to feel it out. And you're good at that because you do have a really good intuition for those of you who believe that and are connected to it. We have the hanged one here. And so I feel like you're going to need to pause. So don't go at it quickly. You're going to need a pause. And you're going to have to look at a perspective. You may have to sacrifice something in order to be able to get in on this. This feels like a really good opportunity that's showing up financially. And it's abundance, right? But it also feels like I don't want you to jump at it or let them know any type of way that you're interested. I don't know why I'm supposed to tell you that, but look, the King of... And the King of Cups is the one that's really stable in the storm. And so when the Ace of Pentacles shows up, I think you're really excited because it's an opportunity that looks super lucrative. But I want to say, hold back and just go into perspective mode here. Don't necessarily jump on it. Tell me what else Leo needs to know. We've got the Lovers here. We've got the Six of Pentacles, and we've got the Justice card. The Chariot is in the future energy here. Bottom of the deck is always future for me. So I feel like you're about to make a decision. There is some sort of a choice that you need to make about what you're going to do. The thing is this, is I feel like the reason I'm telling you to be slow or to get a perspective or to hold back before you make the decision is because of the Six of Pentacles. And look, the Six of Pentacles is, I'm going to give you a little bit and you give me a lot, or vice versa. Six of Pentacles isn't necessarily reciprocal, which is we're giving each other even amounts. We've got somebody here who's got their hands open, who's looking for your money. So you're going to have to make a choice. For some of you, you're a parent, you're a mother or a father, and somebody is going to ask you for some money. You're going to have to make a decision because I feel like when you give that money, you're not going to see it back. It feels like if you do see it back, you probably only get half of it or a little bit of it, and you won't get it for a while. Back to the other situation where I think there's an opportunity showing up here that you're going to have to choose about what you want to do with your finances, because the Six of Pentacles, again, is about you giving out a lot and you might not be getting a whole lot back. So we've got the Justice card, which tells me that you will get justice in this reciprocal energy here if you make the right choice. Somebody here is asking you for either, like if you're an employer, maybe it's an advance in pay, or somebody is asking you to invest in them or invest in their business. It feels like this financial thing, it does come to a place of balance. I'm going to say something is about to be restored. You probably will get the money out of it that you put into it, but I don't think it comes back all at the same time. Do you know what I mean? So this, I could be talking about a loan. Like if you give somebody some money, they're not really going to give it back to you in a timely fashion. It feels like somebody wants you to make an investment here. It could be a couple who are very young and about to have a child. Like it could be that sort of situation. I'm looking at the Lovers. But the Lovers is a choice, and you need to make a choice about what you're going to do with this Ace of Pentacles. Where's the best place for you to put it? Got the Five of Cups coming out. We've got the King of Pentacles. And we've got the Four of Wands. It does feel like for some of you that this might be a family situation. It might have to do with a member of the family, possibly your kids. But it looks like this Five of Cups is telling me sadness or maybe a little bit of regret. I feel like you are in the King of Cups energy. Like I feel like, when we say the King of Cups is quite wealthy because they're really good with managing their money. I could be speaking to someone who's really good with managing their money, who's a very good saver, is very good with not overspending, but I feel like there is a decision coming up. And I feel like you're the one that's got the discipline. That's the thing. I feel like you're the one that's got the discipline, possibly the one in the family that has the discipline, because we've got 6, 7, 8 Pentacles. 8 Pentacles is self-mastery. I feel like with the King of Pentacles showing up here, that you're probably the one who supplies a lot of monetary things to the people around you, and that they might live in your home, or that you have a home and they see you as someone who has a lot of money. So I feel like you are going to have to make some type of decision. And I think it's good that you do hold back and just realize that before you make your decision here, that I feel like somebody here is not necessarily going to be able to give it all back to you. And if they do give it all back to you, it's not going to be in a very timely fashion here. The 8 of Pentacles showed up. We just counted the 8, and then the 8 shows up. So I feel like you have to make a decision that is head over heart. And I feel like right now you're keeping it to yourself. But I feel like I said, you're the one who's disciplined, and you know that if you give up the investment, it's going to be a sacrifice. So I'm going to say, don't expect to get it back. If you're giving it as a gift, then give it as a gift. But even if this person says, yeah, I'll pay you back, I'm going to say don't expect it, because I don't think that this person is someone who really is very good with their money. I think that the reason that they're coming to you is because somebody here needs your help. This investment here, I feel like you're supposed to take your time with it to see if that's really what you want to do with your money. We have the Moon energy here with the 10 of Cups and the Page of Swords. Things are not as they seem as it pertains to the 6 of Pentacles. Now, again, the 10 of Cups is here. I feel like it will make you feel good to help. I feel like you maybe write up a contract. Could be that's maybe what you need to do, is write up some sort of contract or time payment or something like that in order to be able to get your financial stuff back or be covered legally. Because the King of Swords to me is the judge, the magistrate, the person who's going over the details and making a really honest decision based on a contract that we wrote up, even though we're family or even though we know each other really well. Because I feel like you have a feeling of something here is not as it seems, and that's why you're holding back. And I'm just looking at this Lover's card here. It could be somebody in your life who's just had a child or is ready to have a child or has just met, and they're, trying to scrape together money to get a down payment on a house or something like that. I feel like it feels like something like that here. We've got the 6 of Cups. Yeah, it does feel like you know this person really well, or these people, that there is nostalgia. It could be children. It could be brothers, sisters. The Devil energy is here, though, with the 4 of Cups. And so I feel like, yeah, it does feel like that that you know this person's habits. You know that they have addictions, or you know that they don't make the best decisions. It feels like you have doubt, or that you have doubt that this person is really going to get themselves in a position where they can pay you back. So I think that you want to do it, Leo. I think that you want to help somebody, but you do know that there is the potential that you're giving this as a gift and never getting it back here. So the 8 of Swords has got you all tangled up here. 3 of Pentacles is in the reverse. You're giving it to somebody who has not yet built their foundation. And again, the Page of Wands shows up. It does feel like either it's someone who doesn't have as much information as you, someone who's younger. It could be a child. It could be someone who's related to you. But Justice is here. Tell me why Justice is here. So you have to make a decision and you're hesitating. You're holding back. So I feel like you're probably going to give it to them because it feels like you have a bond with this person. And I feel like it's going to give them a really good start in life here. I don't know that you really trust the relationship that they're in. Maybe that's why you're hesitant. got the Queen of Wands. I think somebody here is making really big, bold moves, but I don't feel that you really think that the relationship they're in, if it is, you're giving it to the kids, that the relationship is a long one. It does feel like somebody here is probably likely pregnant or having a baby. Yeah, it does feel like that here. And so I think that you want to help out. But if that's the case financially, I feel like you have your hesitations, because I feel like they live a lifestyle that you don't live, and they haven't really created a foundation for themselves. So I feel like if you give it to them, know that you are giving it to them, and you likely are not to get it back. Just be forewarned. Because I feel like you're the one in the family who is financially stable, or is, you know, is a respecter of money. All right. Tell me about career. Tell me about career for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about a career for Leo. Leo's career. We've got the Lovers, we've got the Five of Swords, we've got the Page of Wands, we've got the Death card, we've got the Ace of Pentacles, and the Temperance card. I feel like there is a decision that you're going to have to make in terms of your career. I do feel like possibly for somebody here, you've been thinking about leaving your current job. I feel like you've been offered, or you will be offered, a new opportunity. But it does feel like the opportunity is fairly small. It's exciting. I feel like it's exciting. It feels like it gives you adventure. It sparks something within you that makes you feel good about it. But I feel like it is maybe an entry-level position, possibly. I think that you are conflicted. It feels like you're conflicted about what to do. Temperance tells me that something here is about to come to a moment of alchemy. And so it feels like you're in this sort of decision-making process. Should I, shouldn't I, should I, shouldn't I? The Death card shows up, and I feel like it brings change or transformation. I feel like you are taking a position that may be entry level, but I feel like it's the opportunity of the Ace of Pentacles. It feels like this career opportunity is something that is, you can see that is really lucrative, but it is going to be a choice that you're going to have to make when Temperance shows up. Now, I feel like it's going to fix your finances, or it's going to heal your finances. It feels like it is something that is going to end up being quite lucrative, but it feels like at the beginning it's probably entry level, although it makes you really excited to go to work again. That's what it feels like. And so I don't necessarily think, I don't see anything here that says you'd be taking a pay cut, but I feel like it's almost like tenure. It's like maybe you're the boss where you are, but when you start at the new corporation, it feels like it's something that is going to be entry level. And so it feels like possibly you negotiate a good contract, because the Five of Swords is here, but it does feel like it's the reputation, I guess I'm going to say. Are you willing to do that to your reputation? I guess that's the decision you're about to make here. We have the Empress energy. We have the Nine of Cups. And we have the Knight of Cups. So I feel like you've been waiting for this for a really long time, though. It's like finally there's an opening at Google. Or finally there's an opening at some sort of really big corporation that you know will treat you really well. It has the opportunity to pay a lot of money, but it feels like it's going to be very slow going. This is wish fulfillment kind of work, and the Empress is here. So we do go from the Ace of Pentacles to the Empress. The Empress is the one who is, you know, stable and secure financially and emotionally and passionately and intellectually. The person who the person who turns into the Empress is the one who doesn't really need for anything. So I feel like this is going to be a choice that you will make. I feel like they're flashing you this Ace of Pentacles because it's a really good opportunity, but possibly you're going to have to maybe work a lot harder for less money at the beginning. But it feels like the reputation thing, it's like it's a reputable company that really will make you stand out amongst the others. It's like this is probably a golden opportunity, I would say, a golden opportunity to work with a corporation that is quite popular and everybody's trying to get a job there, but it's offered to you. Now, I feel like this might be a little bit of a worry. The Nine of Pentacles and the Nine of Swords tells me, as I was saying, that possibly you might have to start out at ground level, and I don't necessarily think you're going to take a huge pay cut, but I feel like you're going to have to work longer hours for the same pay, or because the Six of Pentacles is here, right? So it feels like you put in more effort, they put in less, so they give you less for working more hours. But I feel like you make some sort of a deal with them so you don't take a pay cut. But I feel like it is eventually going to grow into a really great job that'll give you stability and confidence and reputation and all of that. But I think you're taking a risk here. I think you're taking a risk to leave a place that you're really not sure that you like anymore, that maybe you feel like you've hit the glass ceiling. We've got the Two of Swords, we've got the Ten of Wands, and the Two of Pentacles. They're going to ask you to make a decision super quick, is what it looks like here. And the Two of Wands, the Page of Wands moves really quick onto a new path, and does so willingly, excitedly, but it's also taking a risk, a great risk. And the Two of Swords here is telling me that you need to make a decision to release something and decide which way you're going to go. And the Swords, that's a really hard decision. It's cutting one thing out for another. So the Ten of Wands tells me it weighs really heavy on you. Are you going to go on the new path? Because we do have the Two of Wands at the bottom of this card here, right? Are you going to hit the ground running, and are you going to do it? Are you going to make the decision? I feel like you're being pressured to make a decision about your career, about ending and beginning. We've got the King of Pentacles in the reverse, the Ten of Cups. See, that's the thing. You're not going to be getting as much money at the beginning, but you're going to love it. You're going to be incredibly happy there. It feels like it gives you longevity of happiness, and it feels like it quickly escalates from the Ace to the Nine of Pentacles and then to the Empress. What's your advice? We've got the Judgment card. Yeah, it feels like something is coming back around here. Feels like that this is something that you've been hoping for, waiting for, and finally your chance is here, but now you're hesitating because you're not really sure, can you live on whatever they're going to give me, and how long will it take me to make more money? I feel like you do get the victory and the success. I feel like you become a pretty big deal there, that you get a lot of attention, but it does feel like it's a nervous Nelly sort of energy. You might have to make a big, bold move. The Sun is here with the breakthrough, and then we have the Queen of Swords. So make sure you get all the decision-making stuff out of the way, all the contracts, look over everything really super careful, because we're almost in Mercury Retrograde, which goes on the 18th of July. So Mercury's already slowing down in Leo. So decisions might be hard to make, but with the Queen of Swords being here and the Sun, it tells me that right now would be the time, if you're going to make decisions, that this is the time that you have clarity. But please, please, please make sure that you have somebody looking over everything with you, so you don't end up being let down, right? The Sun is here for now, and you will have clarity, but just make sure that you have someone else looking over any contracts. If you're going to be locked in for a certain amount of time, not making as much as usual, make sure that you are being very, very careful. Right. We're going to talk about love. Tell me about love for Leo. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus and Jupiter. Tell me about love for Leo, please. Leo in love for the week ahead. Ooh, we got the Tower. Oh my gosh, what is going on here? Leo, look at all that energy. So we've got the Tower, we've got the Ace of Cups, and we have the Sun. I feel like you're about to head for some sort of great big realization here, Leo, that I feel you know who the person is. I feel like you know who you want. You're having some sort of major awakening about love in the week ahead, is what it looks like here. I feel like you've been going through a really hard shift in your life where things have been falling apart, or it feels like you're going through a string of bad luck or things that are falling apart one by one. I feel like it's leading you to this place of realization or a breakthrough that happiness is here, but you have to choose it. And I feel like what you need to choose is the Ace of Cups. I feel like you know who the Ace of Cups belongs to. Could belong to a Scorpio, maybe a Scorpio, a Cancer, or a Pisces, or another Leo. But it feels like you know who I'm talking about, and you're about to have some sort of a really big breakthrough about wanting to begin something new with somebody here, wanting to refill a cup. We've got the Queen of Cups, who is in the reverse. We've got the Three of Swords, and we have the Judgment card. So interesting energy here. The Queen of Cups in the reverse is not really using their intuition. I'm just going to be honest, is sort of ignoring their intuition. And I think that's why you ran into the Tower. Because I feel as though you're somebody with high intuition, even psychic energy sometimes, but I don't think you were listening to it. And so I feel like the universe, I was going to say the Lord, the universe, whoever your deity is throwing this Tower at you because it's time to shake things up. It's time for you to realize what you're doing. Realize that the path that you're on is really just emotionally depleting you. And I feel like you've been through heartbreak after heartbreak after heartbreak. And I think that you know that there is somebody that you already know that maybe you've dated in the past. That I feel like this person is somebody who I feel is somebody that you feel that the sun is shining on. Like you're having a breakthrough about this person. They could be a Virgo or a Pisces, or maybe you feel very connected to them with the Scorpio Cancer energy here. Could be a Scorpio or Cancer. It doesn't have to be Scorpio, Pisces, or Cancer. But it does feel like you're having a realization of, oh, it's that person. That's why my relationships aren't working out. That's why everybody I'm dating is ghosting me or not coming back, because I feel like you're really in this heartbreak energy. And so I feel like the universe is trying to point you in a particular direction. Tell me about the Ace of Cups. We've got the Eight of Cups. We've got the Queen of Wands and the Two of Cups. Look, the universe is hammering on you. I feel like this Queen of Wands energy tells me that maybe there's another Aries, a Leo, or a Sagittarius. I feel like there's somebody here that you have an incredible attraction for, but I also feel like you're disconnected from this person or you walked away. I feel like this person had felt like they had a bond with you. And I think you feel the bond too, because the sun is here and the sun is touching with the Two of Cups. So I feel like you feel the bond. I feel like there is like this crazy, crazy electric connection between you and this person. And I feel like you're looking at it like devil energy, like maybe it's an attachment that you can't get rid of, and why can't I stop thinking about this person? And I feel like the universe is calling you back around to try this again, is what it feels like here. We have the Two of Swords and the Page of Swords. I feel like the Three of Swords tells me that there was heartbreak that ensued here. But it also feels like the universe is asking you to make a decision based on your intuition or what you really hope for. What do you hope for, Leo? Because I feel like there is somebody here who is kind and compassionate, and I feel like you ignored them, or you are no longer talking to them, or you detached from them or walked away. And I just feel like this person is, I feel like if this is what you want and you want to go back around, because look, Mercury is retrograding in your sign, and it's about breakups, but it's also about, sort of rethinking or reevaluating a bunch of stuff, right? Because that's what Mercury in retrograde does. It makes us reevaluate things. Tell me what the sun is about. We've got the Seven of Swords. We've got the Nine of Pentacles, and we've got the Ten of Swords. I think you told this person that you would rather be single, or that's the feeling that you gave them. The Seven of Swords tells me that you were lying. You were lying to yourself. You were lying to them. And I feel like you feel lonely without them. Honestly, I think you miss them. And I think that there's been a betrayal, or somebody feels betrayed, or maybe there was a ghosting, or we just stopped talking. And I feel like something came to a painful end. And so I feel like you're not sure if you can go back, but this is the only person you ever felt the 10 of Cups with, is what it feels like here. This is the only person you ever felt the 10 of Cups with, and the Page of Pentacles tells me you want to try again, but the Page is looking at the 5 of Cups saying, I don't know, like, is this just always going to be a regret? I feel like you feel as though you missed out on an opportunity. Yeah. That the 3 cups are poured out. You used to be happy with this person, or you used to, this person I think was someone who was very open to reunions, and like you're wondering, the 2 cups here, am I ever going to have the opportunity again? We're going to go into the extended. We're going to look there, and we're going to talk about all this that's going on. We're going to clarify this. If you'd like to be in the extended with us to take a look at what's going on here, then please look at the pinned comment. So in the pinned comment, you'll find a few things. You'll find that you can actually purchase this extended if it's just this extended that you would like to see. And if you'd like to purchase that, there is a link in the pinned comment for that. Or you could go to the membership area if you prefer to have all of the extendeds. That's where they are for one monthly fee. And if you're interested in a private read, whether it is pre-recorded or live, if it's pre-recorded, there is a code in the pinned comment, and that will give you 10% off your pre-recorded readings. Then if you would like to connect with me live, anywhere between 5 and 75% off of your pre-recorded readings. When you pre-book them, you do get a discount as well. So yeah, let's connect in private readings if you want to do that. I'm going to go to the extended. If you'd like to be there, you know what to do. I'm going to go for now. Thank you so much for being here, Leo, and I'm going to be back because I'm always back. You guys take care of yourselves, and I'm out. Bye-bye.